I'm Jeff Matlow. Welcome to the best leadership podcast ever. Welcome back to the pod. So great to have you here. You know what? Click that subscribe button because I want to make sure I get the opportunity to whisper into your ear every week. Also, go over to the bestleadershipnewsletter.com. If you like this podcast, which I truly hope you do, you are going to flip out over what you get over there. You know what? A lot of leaders have problems. They have problems with their leadership teams, with themselves, with the growth of their business. As you may know, I'm a 3-time entrepreneur. I'm a leadership coach. I quickly fix the problems of the leadership teams and help them grow fast. If you're ready to fix your problems, go down to the comments. You can figure out how to contact me there. In the meantime, I want to tell you something else about me that I'm not sure you know, but I love to cook. I'm actually the primary chef in our family. I'm also the primary grocery shopper. I'm that guy that goes to the grocery store 2 or 3 times a day. I'm the primary dishwasher. But you know what? That's all an entirely different container of ketchup that we can get into another time. Fortunately, my family and I live here in Southern California where the weather is perfect. So I'm able to grill year round. You can't see me, but I'm pointing out the window where my grill is. I use that grill probably 2 or 3 times a week, sometimes more. Most everything tastes better on a grill, right? Am I right? Don't you agree? I used to have a Weber grill. The Weber is like the gold standard of grills, but my Weber grill broke, probably from overuse. So instead of dropping $1,000 or more on a new Weber, I decided to buy a similar look-alike for only $300. Because, it's just propane and burners. Like, how different can it be, right? And my new grill, it's a good grill. It is. Except the burner covers keep falling off. And the starter button doesn't always work. Oh, and the food cooks unevenly. But seriously, it's a good grill. But it's not a Weber. It's just cheaper. You see, I consciously made a trade-off when I bought this grill. And that's the thing about life. It's always about trade-offs, whether you're conscious of it or not. Most people aren't fully aware when they're making a trade-off. I bet you aren't always aware when you do it. It's okay. Don't feel awkward. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. But I'm going to explain to you about it. But first, we need to chat about one of my coaching clients. As I told you, many leaders and their teams have problems. I'm a leadership coach. I fix their problems. And one of my clients is a fast-growing 8-figure SaaS company. And their problem was they had to build a new complex functionality for their largest client. But at the same time, they were being pressured to integrate new AI features into their platform. So the CEO brought the head of technology into her office and said, I need it all launched in 2 months. Now, of course, the head of technology pushed back because that's just not the way the development space-time continuum works. You can't just build complex functionality in 60 days. When the CEO insisted on the deadline, the head of technology did what any other head of technology would do in this situation. He updated his resume. You see, the head of tech knew that many of life's decisions are all about trade-offs. And in most cases, there are only 3 to choose from. There's a thing called the project management triangle, which has about as much to do with project management as it does with grilling. The basic gist is that in any given decision, you have 3 choices: better, cheaper, or faster. The catch is you can only choose 2 of them. If you want something fast and cheap, it's going to be low quality. You want something cheap and great, it's going to take a long time to get it. You want something fast and great, it's going to be expensive. Every leader confronts this dilemma in their daily decision making, whether they realize it or not. Like the CEO of my SaaS client I just talked about, people usually pretend the rule doesn't apply to them. They always expect to get something of high quality for a low price in a quick time frame. But that's just not how life works. There's always a price to pay, but sometimes the price isn't in hard dollars. Sometimes it's in motivation and productivity. People aren't stupid. When you force them to deliver a high-quality product in a tight time frame for little money, they know they're being set up for failure. They're going to be frustrated. They'll probably disengage, and they'll most likely lose their desire to succeed. But here's the thing. When it comes to wanting everything all at once, the project management triangle isn't actually the problem. That's the plot twist. The triangle can be difficult to accept, but difficult or not, it's still a reality, and it's still not the real problem. The real problem is the leader who refuses to make tough decisions. Leaders who don't understand the triangle and don't make decisions based on its premise are forcing their team to absorb the consequences. And that's not leadership. That's abdication of responsibility. It's your job as a leader to make hard decisions, period. When it feels like it's a lose-lose situation, you still have to decide which way you want the team to lose. Nowhere in the leadership manual does it say that you're allowed to avoid the tough decisions. Very often, I see leaders who refuse to accept the lose-lose scenario. They try to change the laws of reality to make their ego look good and blame other people for the failure. Listen, you can't expect your dog to run like a cheetah and then punish the dog for her failure to go faster. But the same exact scenario plays out at work all the time. The leader has unrealistic expectations of the team under the guise of pushing them, so stop doing it. Stop setting up your team for failure with unrealistic expectations. Here's what I want you to do instead. Good leaders understand the trade-offs of the project management triangle. They understand that to build a strong culture of inspired productivity, they have to choose which two options matter most, even if it feels like no two options are a winning situation. Once you make the decision, explain the trade-offs to your team. Use it to inspire and motivate them, then stick with the choice. Let me repeat, stick with the choice. For instance, this project has to be fast and cheap. I know it won't be the best we can do, but it doesn't need to be award-winning. And when they deliver the project, don't come down on them for not delivering something award-worthy. By being clear and acknowledging the triangle, you're creating focus and accountability instead of building resentment. And that leads us to this week's challenge. This week, think about the big decisions you're confronted with. What are the trade-offs you have to make? More importantly, think of the decisions you've avoided, the ones you haven't made. What are you procrastinating on? Is there a trade-off that you're avoiding? Make your decision and acknowledge the trade-off. Because if you aren't consciously accepting the trade-offs, you're going to be spending your days getting angry at a crappy grill instead of just paying the money for the Weber you wanted in the first place. Thanks for listening. If this resonates with you and you want some support in overcoming some of your challenges, head over to thebestleadershipnewsletter.com. You can reach out to me there. You can also get my information in the comments below. I look forward to talking to you. I hope you have a wonderful week. I appreciate you. Talk to you next time. Bye.